Welcome to Mortgage Minute with Carla Alanis and
Katina Gass.
And today we have a topic that just keeps coming up again and again, especially as we're nearing the end of the year and we're just around the corner for 2023. I'm so excited for 2023,
I know,
Katina.
it's going to be fabulous.
I'm really nervous though. There's a lot of changes coming out for 2023, but at the same time, I'm excited. But anyway, one of the topics or conversations that we've been dealing with at least some of my clients, I'm sure Katina has had some of those clients as well, is what if, your income or the way you get paid or just the way you're structured for your income and how you get paid is just not a regular W-2 and it's not a 9-to-5 job. And a couple of those examples will be,
If you're self-employed,
self-employed is one.
1099.
If you get a 1099, maybe you're a subcontractor, kind of like myself, and I don't know if you're a 1099, but
W-2.
Okay.
Or maybe if you receive commission or bonus
Or
income.
bonuses, yeah.
If you're a seasonal worker.
Yeah, so you could have a variety of different ways that people can get paid, or even cash.
Cash, yeah. Cash is king.
Yeah, cash is king, and sometimes you can get paid cash. So we do have these situations, different situations come up for different clients, and the question is, what do I need to do to make sure that I can qualify for the type of house that I want? So we have a couple of 2 or 3 recommendations that we have for you, and Katina's going to shout out the first one. What's the first recommendation that you would have for clients like this, Katina?
Well, if you are self-employed, I would be careful on having excessive deductions.
Excessive deductions, okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And well, you know what? I'll give you an example. I was going to ask Katina for an example, but I actually just bought a house a few months ago, and prior to buying the house, for my taxes for 2021 and 2020, I did have a conversation with my accountant, and the conversation was like, hey, I want to make sure that I qualify for X house, and I know I always take advantage of as many miles as I can take advantage of to make sure that I have deductions on that, and then rental income for the home office that I have as well. And we reduced those deductions. I could, take more deductions, but I didn't want to because I wanted to make sure that I could qualify for what I wanted to qualify. So that would be one example is, don't take excessive deductions.
Meet with your accountant, meet with your lender, call us.
Yeah, especially if you're thinking about buying a home. Now, I know it's a sacrifice.
Yes.
And have you had people tell you, oh, but I have to pay extra taxes?
You do. But the bottom line is lenders do not count anything that you do not report to the IRS. You don't count it. We don't count it. You don't report it.
Yeah, and maybe you're reporting it, but then you're doing a bunch of reductions or deductions, and it goes against how much qualifying income they can count and how much house you can actually qualify for. So
yeah, and just to clarify, we lenders use the net amount, not the gross. So not what you make before all your expenses, but what you actually pay taxes on.
So you got to be careful with that. So what would be anything else that you would suggest to anybody that is bonus, commission, self-employed, seasonal?
Well, if you're seasonal, that's totally acceptable. Maybe you work 10 months out of the year and you're off during the winter season, completely acceptable. What we're really looking for there is a 2-year work history and that you have consistent hours when you are working those hours, and we just average the income.
Yeah, and one of the questions that I always have, Katina, is people tell me, Carla, I get paid cash, or I have my regular job, I report that, but then I have, $500 that I get as a bonus, and I get it as a cash, or I have, this side job and I get paid cash. What would you recommend to those people?
Well, goes back to if you don't report it, we don't count it. So it's okay to report cash on your tax returns. And in fact, I would try to avoid not reporting that income so that you have more disposable income and that your lender can count it.
And just keep in mind, this might be something that you work with your accountant for 2 years because your goal is to buy a home. So, you know what? For 2023, I might just take all the deductions that I want to take because I can. And because I've met my goal of buying this house that I wanted to buy. And now I can work with my accountant to do whatever it is that I need to do because I don't like to pay Uncle Sam anymore than anybody else. You probably, but just think about it. It's just going to be a short-term period where maybe you're working for 1 or 2 years to make sure that you maximize how much income you're reporting. Especially, again, if you're self-employed, commission, bonus, or maybe you get some cash, you want to be careful with that. So any other thoughts?
Call us.
That's right. Give us a call.
We'll help you navigate through it. It can be tricky and it can be cumbersome. Just call us. Call your lender. We will navigate through it for you.
Call us before you do your tax returns. How about that? Do that. So do that. So thank you for being with us on our Mortgage Minute, and we'll see you next week.